Thales of Miletus. Thales of Miletus lived around 624 to 546 BCE, is often recognized as the first philosopher in the Western tradition. Originating from Miletus in ancient Ionia, Thales is best known for proposing that water is the fundamental substance underlying all of nature, a revolutionary idea suggesting a naturalistic explanation of the world as opposed to mythological interpretations. His hypothesis marked the dawn of philosophical inquiry into the nature of existence. Thales also made significant contributions to mathematics and astronomy, famously predicting a solar eclipse. His work laid the groundwork for future philosophers, blending scientific observation with philosophical speculation about the cosmos. Anaximander. Anaximander of Miletus lived from about 610 to 546 BCE. He was a student of Thales, introduced the idea of the apeiron, or the boundless, as the source of everything, unlike Thales' concept of water. He viewed the apeiron as an eternal, unbreakable foundation from which everything comes and eventually returns. Anaximander is also famous for his groundbreaking work in astronomy, geography, and biology, including creating the first world map and suggesting ideas about how life evolves. His contributions represent a major advance in early science and philosophy. Anaximenes. Anaximenes of Miletus lived around 585–528 BCE. He followed Anaximander, believed that air is the basic element that everything comes from. He thought that air changes into different forms of matter through thinning, rarefaction, and thickening, condensation. According to him, the variety we see in nature is due to air's different states. This idea made the concept of change in the natural world more understandable and focused on things we can observe. Anaximenes' theories advanced the Milesian school's efforts to find the fundamental substance of the universe, highlighting air's crucial role. Pythagoras. Pythagoras of Samos lived from around 570 to 495 BCE. He was an important Greek philosopher and mathematician, famous for creating the Pythagorean theorem. But he did a lot more than that. He started a group called the Pythagoreans, who thought that numbers were the most important thing in the universe. Pythagoras and his group believed everything in the universe was connected through numbers, affecting music, stars, and how people should live. They followed strict rules about what to eat, how to act, and studying hard, because they thought it linked physical and spiritual health and helped understand the universe's sacred order. Heraclitus. Heraclitus of Ephesus lived from about 535 to 475 BCE. He's known for saying that everything is always changing, which is like saying, you can't step into the same river twice because the water is always moving. He thought fire was the main symbol for change and transformation. Heraclitus also believed that opposite things are connected and both are needed for things to change. His ideas focus on the idea that everything is always becoming something else, not just staying the same, showing that movement and conflict are natural parts of the universe. Parmenides of Elea, who lived around the late 500s or early 400s BCE, changed philosophy by saying that change isn't real and that reality is one unchanging thing that lasts forever. Unlike Heraclitus, who thought everything is always changing, Parmenides believed that what we see and feel can trick us. He wrote a poem called On Nature that laid the groundwork for metaphysics, a type of philosophy that focuses on what's beyond what we can see and touch. He stressed thinking logically over just trusting our senses. And this way of thinking started to shape Western philosophy, making people think more about unchangeable truths. Empedocles. Empedocles of Acragas, who lived from about 495 to 435 BCE, came up with the idea that everything is made of four elements: earth, air, fire, and water. He said that two forces, love, which brings things together, and strife, which pulls things apart, control how these elements mix and split apart. This explains why things in nature change and why there's so much variety. Empedocles' ideas were some of the first to help people start thinking scientifically and philosophically about what the world is made of and how it works.